rolling? We on?
That's the reason.
Oh, we're on. Welcome to String Theory. Wednesday night, our favorite night of the week. This is our special Christmas edition because we're going to piss off after this night and not come back until April. Except not April. I want to thank all of our partners, G&G Music, Fantasy Music, all of our musical partners, Boucher Guitars, Yamaha, Gallagher, Alvarez, Yeri, Recording King, Levy's Leather Straps, the number one strap you can buy anywhere, and K&K Sound, my favorite pickups in the planet, the ones I use in every single guitar. And now we have more darkness. And
we do our best work in the dark, JP.
That's pretty much. So you'll notice right away that we have a few guests here for String Theory tonight because, well, there they were. The one and only, my brother from another mother and another planet probably.
Yeah.
Mr. Dave Gunning.
There he is.
Yes, sir. And a longtime friend of ours, Mr. Biff Pedway.
Yeah.
Who does... nice to have you. Yeah. Okay.
Dan Whitecap.
Yeah.
Long day on the Pedway.
Yeah. Tyler Stormcell.
Yeah. Ted Driftwood.
Yeah.
Cliff Cumulus.
Kyle Ditch.
Biff Backhoe.
So, we're pretty happy to be here. Some of you might know that we are also promoting our shows.
Dog Pavement.
Some of you might also know that we're promoting our shows at the Carlton, which are live online YouTube every night now until Friday night. You can buy tickets for it if you want at www.thecarlton.ca.
The Carlton or The Carlton?
The Carlton. I just can't make him happy. It doesn't matter what I say, he wants the other one. Yeah. And so that's going on. If you like what you see on my channel, please hit subscribe or join the private membership. And if you want to make donations to us, that's also in the description below. And we appreciate you being here. And geez, it seems like we've been away from here for a while, but I guess we did String Theory Live last week at Glenn's at G&G, and he's got an astounding amount of Boucher guitars for sale up there. Well, I say that, but knowing him, he's probably got none left. But I shouldn't say that. He does. I'm pretty sure he has a couple left or so. But he goes through them so quick, it's just ridiculous. But so we've been having a good time, eh?
I never realized he was a prolific seller of those guitars.
Oh yeah, he's the number one dealer in the world. He's sold more of those guitars than any other dealer that they have. Period.
It's a Boucher clearinghouse.
It is. He's easily done 12 of them a month. That's ridiculous because they're not cheap.
No.
You know, they're $5,000-$6,000.
Artisan guitars.
Yeah. Yeah. So, and if you ever wanted to know, the guy that works on a lot of my gear, he's sitting right there. His name isn't really Clem Pedway. It's Dick Ramrod, and he's a great. Cheers.
Is this your tube or YouTube?
Your tube. Yeah. Your tube.
I don't know. I was just trying to figure this out for a second. I didn't know what was going on there.
So anyhow, before we deteriorate too far down the rabbit hole, in all seriousness though, if you have a technical question of any kind, he really is the man. He fixes everything from power amps to broken marriages. He's a great guy. Born that way. Yeah. He can also fix, botched circumcisions and like all sorts of stuff like that. So, how's it going over there, Ginger?
Oh, good. I lost my microphone. I got demoted.
Yeah, well, there's one close by. Just raise your voice.
So Ted Whitmore has the first question.
Ted Whitmore. Yeah. How are you doing, Ted?
He says, if the speed of light is 300 meters per second, how long does it take a Japanese luthier to build an FGX5?
Well, in all seriousness, apparently they take about 3 to 4 months to build, the same as any other handmade guitar out of that shop. The only difference is with the FGs is that they're a satin finish. They're a matte satin finish, so they don't take quite as long to cure as a traditional nitros gloss finish. So that takes some of the time out of the process, and plus these guys have been building that guitar shape for 54 years, so it's kind of it's pretty damn quick. But also you have to remember that the FG3s are built in China, in a factory setting, with a lot of CNC machines being used, along with luthiers. The 5 series comes out of Hamamatsu, out of that shop, and they take 3 to 5 months to build them. That's why you can't find them right now. Everyone, after I reviewed the 2 I had here, it seems like everybody I knew went and bought one. And yeah, there's no.
Did they invent the satin finish?
No, I don't think so. And that reminds me, you know what? That reminds me, you guys know him because we did this is our K&K install man right there, Chris Coote. So yeah, I even forgot about that, but that was a great.
No recollection of the events.
No, I don't really. It was foggy to me as well. Yeah. But we did. But you had some great wisdom in that show.
Do you remember
like how the satin finish came to be from the Dust Bowl?
Yeah.
Yeah. Next question.
Oh dear.
How many people are? I wonder how many people are playing bingo right now.
A few. So the winning shape is a full X. So two full diagonal lines.
And what do they win?
I don't know.
Okay, we'll figure it out.
Caper Away has next question.
Who is it?
Caper?
Caper Away. Oh, there's a bingo one right there. I shouldn't have looked at the cards. Okay, Caper Away.
Have you used looping pedals? And if so, any recommendations? Merry Christmas and thanks for String Theory. Never thought I'd look forward to Wednesday nights.
Yeah. I've never used a looper pedal.
Well,
but
no, he's got one holding the door open over there right now.
Yeah. I've never used a looper, but I actually love them. And
if they're used right, they're awesome.
I know, like guys like Tim Eady and Beppe Gambetta, they really do magic with them.
We got a local guy that uses one, and he's excellent with it.
Who's that?
Ian Sherwood.
Oh, Ian Sherwood, yes.
He's a master.
Well, and Tim Jason too. Yeah,
Yeah.
there's all kinds of local guys using them. Yeah,
I would if I was going to
Ian
get
does
one.
a good job. Yeah.
If I was going to get one, it would be that the Boss. There's two. There's a base model Boss, the red one, right?
Yeah.
And there's a one above it.
Right. Yeah.
That's a little more complex. That's the one I would get. I don't remember the model name, but it's the Boss pedal.
Yeah.
And that's what Beppe uses, and that's what Tim uses. Is that second from the bottom rung model?
Yeah. Yeah.
And have you ever used to use the GT1?
Well,
Didn't that have a looper station?
I used to
on
use delay.
Right.
Yeah.
But didn't that have a looper on it? Or no?
It did, but I never used it.
Right.
Yeah.
Isn't there a Roland looper as well?
Oh yeah.
Well, all the Boss. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's who owns Boss now.
Yeah. All the Boss stuff is essentially Roland, I guess. Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
But
but no, that's. I think I've been threatening to get one now for about a year, and I should have actually got one this year, seeing as I had all this time to be in here.
Yep.
But Ginger and I decided to start a goddamn television studio, so that took that away from me. So thanks a lot, guys. I mean, I could have been sitting in here.
Anyway.
I could have been sitting.
that's right. Yeah.
That's all you need is a looper.
Yeah, but I could use them twice.
Yeah. Wow.
What the world needs.
Yes, twice of me.
Yeah.
Okay. Next question. Who's connect?
Tommy Gunn Cormier were there.
Full auto Cormier.
Full auto Cormier. Gatling Cormier.
Now, who's going to pick up all the shells to get that delay pedal?
Sort them into buckets.
So Cam sent us a super chat.
Thank you, Cam.
He sent $15. He said $5 each for 3 boxes of condoms. 3 men looking that good will surely need them.
Jeez.
Oh, well, we don't like to brag.
I told you it was the shirt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The star shirt.
Yeah,
Mr.
Imagine
Star
we had to
Shirt
put
back
you up
there.
front.
What's your next move?
What's your next move, Star Shirt?
Well, thanks for the Thanks for the condoms.
Yeah, the vote of confidence too.
Yeah.
Maybe I
We're gonna get a
would.
nor'easter. We might need them.
Yeah.
Christmas time's coming.
Hey, Christmas time's coming.
Christmas time's coming.
Who's next?
Ian Rossiter.
Ian Rossiter.
Can we hear a round table about the precious Epiphone John used and Mr. Gunning gave comment to?
Did you keep the Epiphone?
Oh yeah.
You still have them?
Oh yes.
You have both of them?
Yes.
No, you don't. You have one of them?
I have two of them.
You have two of them?
I have them
How
both.
how come no one ever sees them anymore?
I put one on the Primary Color Show and dedicated it to you. You remember that?
Well, I do. Yeah, but where is it now?
It's in the case, eh?
Well, actually, the one that's an interesting question because he and I
Yeah.
just installed a K&K pickup in the big one.
All I know is that I see Megan way more than that Epiphone. And nobody else has seen her. Oh, that's what's just these shows.
Yeah, but
Maybe we're seeing too much of you.
yeah, we're not
That's a possibility,
sure.
but
We're not.
let's
I'm
get to
not.
the bottom
I'm
of
not.
this.
I'm not really sure. I want to show you my Epiphone because
Family show.
of your yes, that's right. This is a family program, Mr. Gunning.
Heard it's Epiphone feeling.
But actually,
The Epiphone.
there's a video on that because he and I just installed a K&K pickup in the deluxe one,
Right.
and it sounds
It was a monster.
scary.
And it's an
Scary.
interesting pickup.
It is. It's very interesting. And
So-
and you did a modification that we weren't supposed to do.
Who was
but
it that asked the question?
We had to
about the
do it,
Epiphone?
but we still used all the K&K
Ian
components.
Rossiter.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So I have a funny feeling Ian might have seen me razzing you about the Epiphone.
Oh yeah,
he said,
I've talked about
that's
it
why
all
he
the
asked
time.
question.
Right.
I talk about how much you hate those guitars.
I don't hate them.
Oh
I've
yes,
heard
you
you
do.
say that.
No. What happened was
Here, listen. Here's some of the comments that he's made when I walk on stage with an Epiphone. I plug it in, and Dave goes.
he's only walked on stage once with
Yeah,
an Epiphone,
Dave
for the
goes.
record.
Dave goes.
No,
Is the rest of the tone in the box?
I
Is there a
well.
big bottle of tone
Is
backstage?
there is there a large?
So what? How?
Yeah,
what,
explain
Yeah.
yourself,
Yeah.
Dave.
what happened was it
Yeah.
was it Alberta?
Yes.
Okay.
And I
So
brought the worst one. I brought the Olympic.
so
the
he had
worst
just
tiny
we were doing
$300
a,
one,
We were
right?
doing a tour of of other shows where he was playing his beautiful Boucher guitar, and he had a terrible head cold, and went in and all of a sudden thought, man, this is an incredible sounding guitar, but he had this crazy sinus infection, and he brought the guitar out on sound check, and they're great guitars. I like Epiphones. I have nothing against Epiphones, but this particular one, through your setup, right?
Yeah, right.
Because you didn't really change much about the setup. You
No.
had the Boucher going through that
Right,
setup.
yeah.
All of a sudden, he plugs the Epiphone into the same setup, and the sound guy came up to me and said, "How can you tell him that his guitar this isn't going to work?" Like, I mean, it wasn't just me.
That was the goddamn
It,
sound man
it wasn't
ganging
just
up on
me.
now,
It,
too, right?
it was like, So I said, well, I think he'll probably end up using the other guitar. I have a feeling, and sure enough, he did.
Well, I only brought that in there just to mess with you.
Really?
But yeah.
But
because
you
You're a well-known hater.
you said it sounded great.
Oh yeah, of course I
No,
did.
no. I've known you longer than I've known myself, and you weren't joking. You were serious, and that's when I said, "But JP, you have a head cold." Epiphone guitars are fantastic. I have nothing against Epiphone guitars, but through the same setup, we would have had to add more
We should
bottom
talk
end.
about capos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dave.
Yeah, Dave.
Yeah.
How about that? What's the next question? Before we get Dave in a corner here.
Well, no, back me into the corner.
No, I
Red
love
shade
you.
like the
I love you too
capos up
much.
high,
I love
right?
you too much.
It's from Wingfoot48.
Wingfoot.
Wingfoot.
It's a new one.
Jaunty name.
No, he's not.
Gordon Wingfoot.
Okay. So-
Gordon Wingfoot.
Gordon Wingfoot. Yes.
Yes. Where can you find a red label guitar, a high-end one?
I have no idea. They're virtually sold out all over North America, from what I can tell. There's only one high end red label, and it's the FG5, and they run about 2,000 Canadian. And as far as I know, they're sold out everywhere. There's a massive shortage of them because they get the thing that happened. I'm sure you know if you've been checking it out, is that early in the year there was a number of acoustic guitar magazines like Acoustic Guitar Player and I think Scott Nygaard and a bunch of these guys that do the online player magazines, they do a list each year of the best production guitars of the year. Well, the FG was number 1. That was the first time Yamaha's ever been on that list that high, right? So
Was the Epiphone on that list?
probably.
Yep.
It was probably on my list, but I submitted
The
my list.
particular one that you sound checked with that
Most
day?
likely, yeah.
Just need to pick the scab off it, don't you?
That's right. Yeah,
Yeah,
he just needs to keep picking, doesn't he? Yeah, he just needs to keep plowing away.
All right.
But
Was it the same, exact same?
shut up, will you? What a bastard! This is why I keep
coming,
snowbanks
coming.
Yeah, but we don't have anyone to. They don't have one to throw them into yet.
We'll fix that.
Okay, right.
He's here all week.
Yeah, Dave Gunning here all week.
Yeah.
But seriously, if the only way you're probably going to find an FG5 now is
Under a pile of Epiphones with the arch tops, right?
is potentially just wait until the next round comes
I need a
in,
drink.
because they are handmade in Hamamatsu, so it's difficult. You're going to be difficult to find. I would just go to a dealer. If you're in Canada, go to Long McQuaid. Also, if you're in Halifax, Fantasy Music is one of our partners, and they do a lot of high-end Yamaha, L series, Red Label, all that stuff. Potentially, they could get one in faster than Long McQuaid, believe it or not, because Long McQuaid's a larger. They buy everything in bulk, thousands of units, and they might not order any more Red Labels for a while because they can't get enough of them to stock every store across Canada. So you might
Trucks are full of Epiphones.
yeah.
Chicken, Dave?
Yeah, have a piece of chicken,
Oh,
Dave.
good.
All right. Fucker. All right, what's next, Ginger?
We got Pathos 66.
Pathos 66.
What was your go-to brand of guitar before you discovered Boucher?
Epiphone.
Epiphone. Exclusively Epiphone, yeah.
That's an interesting question because you've had quite a few
I have.
dandies.
Jesus, that's actually kind of a hard question. Yeah. Before I was playing Boucher, the highest end guitars that I was playing.
Santa Cruz, Morgan.
Well, no, I didn't have them then. My highest guitar that I had before Boucher was Stonebridge.
Yeah, right.
Your guitars, right?
Yes.
The Furk guitars.
Yeah.
And I still love them. I don't own any anymore, and but that's a long story that I've sort of gone into before on the show. But that was that, and then I also was playing the L series Yamaha, and then down through the years worked with Santa Cruz, like you say, and Morgan, Dave Iannone, and I stayed away from Martins if I could. I had a few Martins, but they all fell apart.
You had a Roger House? That's still...
Josh House.
Sorry,
Joshua House.
I'm thinking Roger Schmidt.
Roger Schmidt, yeah. Joshua House built me 2 guitars.
They're beautiful guitars.
Oh, he's a tremendous builder.
They're
Very
unique.
Very specialized builder. If you want a very unique instrument, Joshua House in Godrich, Ontario.
So
House
many
guitars.
great Canadian builders.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
How many are out there? And there's a new guy up in Dave Gagnon.
Yeah.
Up in Pictou County.
He's a beautiful builder.
Yeah, he's supposed to be coming here.
Yep.
At some point, we were going to do it earlier, but then.
Yeah, he's really serious about it.
Yeah, we're going to get him down. I want to promote him, and I've got a new guitar coming in from Ireland. James Martin Guitars is building us a guitar. It was supposed to be here, but I think they're.
What would you compare that to? Have you seen any yet?
Yes, I have. I don't know.
Because the only reason I'm asking is that the Loudon is such a unique guitar.
Oh, nothing like the Loudon.
It's nothing like
Nothing like the
But it's
Loudon.
such a unique, weird guitar. Like,
Yeah,
I have one and I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, this is more like a house.
Okay.
Like that kind of eclectic style. Like they look amazing, and
Wow.
I've seen some great reports on them. And another company that we're trying to get sorted out with Glenn is a company from is it Slovakia, Ginger, or Romania? Anyhow, they're called Dovina, and they're played by Stephen Cooney and guys like that over in Ireland. And we're working on getting some of their guitars over here. So
Wow.
but yeah, I never really had a go-to. I always had guitars that I wished I had, and never had, and have now. Luckily, like
We have a whole storybook in my toolbox in all the cutouts.
yeah. Oh yeah.
Cut out
For any of the
from both of you guys,
Right.
actually, and they're all dated.
Yeah, Chris
And
Chris
serial
installs all my pickups too.
Yeah.
And like I've
So all those chunks of wood, we could actually put that together. You know,
Yeah.
what chunk of wood came from what? Over
yeah,
the
he
years.
has like I use the preamp pickups on and so Chris saved
Cut-ins.
all the cutouts for all the guitars. You get all the different. Yeah, it's pretty cool to see all the different layers of wood that he's collected. Yeah.
And you're a unique artist in the fact that you've used very few guitars in your career.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
I remember when I first saw you, you were playing Attack.
And a
I think.
Larrivee.
And then a Larrivee.
Chris has the original
You have the
Larrivee.
original Larrivee. Then you moved to.
Morgan.
Yeah.
Oh right.
Yeah, yeah.
Because of me, right?
Because you and I was with you when you bought your first two Morgans.
two Morgans.
I picked one of them out. It's the
Yeah.
one Ray Legier owns today.
That's right. The Maple OM
Yeah,
cutaway.
and I remember like you said, okay, Dave, you pick one out. You
Yeah,
pick,
yeah.
And you end up buying these two guitars.
Yeah.
And they were beautiful. And so I ended up buying two Morgans. I still have my first one that I made 2-bit
You
World
still
with.
have that?
Yeah, the one I made 2-bit World with. I have it as a high-strung guitar now.
Oh.
And Miles Gallagher has my other one.
The Leopard.
The Leopard.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And that is still my favorite sounding guitar
Yeah.
out of anything I've ever heard.
Yeah.
Is that?
Is a Morgan.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
And
he
then
has it all.
you moved to Stonebridge, and you've never left off of that yet,
No.
except for the Loudon.
Yeah, and because I when I was in Ireland, I got to tour the Loudon factory a couple of times and met George Loudon, and so yeah, I just fell in love with those guitars. But I still have my Stonebridge and the Firk, and
In
But
one way, it's a study in roadworthiness for you guys.
no
because,
kidding.
Right?
Yeah, yeah.
The Morgans sound so deluxe, but over time,
They don't-
with
they
the
don't
rigors of the
stand
road,
up.
they
Well,
won't-
it
they-
didn't travel as well. The Stonebridges are tough.
yeah,
They are.
And they travel well, and I'm impressed with the Bouchers.
Oh, yeah.
Though, like that, there's that guitar. Which, if you hold it up,
Yogi?
that one has a lot of miles on it.
I have toured this guitar all over the planet,
Yeah.
and I'm telling you what, it is actually better than the day I got it off the bench.
Yeah, yeah.
It
all
just
over the
keeps
planet.
it just keeps getting better and better and better.
It keeps growing
And-
branches every day.
Yeah, this is one of my. I love this guitar. If I was forced to pick one instrument, I'm afraid it would be this one.
Yeah, yeah.
Even above my signature model, which I I'd die before I let go of that guitar. But this is why.
He let me play that guitar
Yeah.
tonight. I had to go to his bedroom to take it out of his bed, basically. Yeah.
Yeah, this is why my signature model is a triple O,
Right.
because this guitar is so friggin' awesome.
Keeps it under the electric blanket.
Yeah. Robin said, what do you want? And I said, well, I want that body, but I need a cutaway, and that's how the JP Cormier model was made.
Right.
And I think that Robin Boucher builds the best
great
small body guitar on the planet. I've
they're-
never heard anything better.
They're well built.
Yeah.
And see, Robin is also a wood dealer, so he
Yeah.
gets first choice at a prime wood. He
Exactly.
sells wood to other guitar companies.
Yes.
What
Oh, yeah.
wood did you tell me that he had a whole pile of it sitting outside that he came across?
Oh, that was the Yeri boys.
Although that was the
The Honduran mahogany.
Yeah.
And there's an interesting connection there because Kazuo Yeri built guitars for Loudon from 80 to 85.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
There's a great connection there,
Yeah, yeah.
like that. And I have these 3 Yeris here. I've only reviewed one, but there's 2 more coming, folks. There's 2 more guitars to review, and they are just smoking guitars.
Wow.
Just smoke. So yeah, we could talk about that all night.
Yep.
Like the reason we love guitars, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I wish that the pandemic would piss off for a little while so that we could do things like get Robin here.
Right.
Because that would be
that'd
the
be
most
great.
interesting conversation you ever had. Because this guy, is just like every other builder.
It'd be nice to have Robin here and bring some unfinished guitars.
Yeah.
So that people could see the insides of them. Because for me,
Yeah.
I judge the guitar from the inside out
Yeah,
through a mirror.
A mirror, yeah.
and working on it inside.
yeah,
And his guitars are beautiful. Same with the Morgans, same with the Stonebridges. And
yeah. Even when when we were putting pickups in the Recording Kings,
yeah.
you could go in there and see, that needs to be fixed,
Yeah.
that needs to be
It's all
finished.
part of
There's
the
a little
story. Of
Yeah, there's
the
like
quality
it's
of the guitar.
yeah, and it's like the inside of these instruments. You look in there and it looks like somebody's apartment. It's so clean, right?
Yeah.
Like
like that Stonebridge that I got from Roger. I mean, it's been on a lot of flights because I don't have a lot of different guitars. I basically pick a guitar and play the crap out of the guitar for a decade.
Yeah.
Like I don't switch guitars, so I put a lot of miles
But
on.
you're not a very hard hitter, so I mean.
Well, I don't like.
He doesn't have a hard touch,
No.
no. I'm a lot harder.
But my action's higher than yours.
It is.
So whenever you
Yeah.
pick up my guitars, you're like, how do you play this?
I know. It sounds
I
like
hit
you,
harder than you think. I have to have high action or I'll fret out. Like
Really?
even when if
Capo's
I'm
on.
playing, but even if without a capo, if I'm playing your guitars, I'll fret them out sometimes.
I don't
Yeah,
think
they're
I've
pretty
seen you
gentle.
play guitar without a capo.
They're pretty gentle.
Oh well,
Do you
every
actually
now and
know how
then.
to- do you actually know how to use those first couple of
Every
frets?
now and then. But you know what? You were teasing me about the capos, but Red Shea, one of our heroes,
He never played below the 5th fret.
he capoed really
Half the
high.
time, right?
And like Red Shea is one of the greatest of all time, you know. And
Yeah.
so I don't know. We got heroes.
Yeah.
There's no rules, boys. You do whatever you got to do.
Like I'll
Yeah.
show you something. Grab that guitar. You want to talk about Red Shea and capo brilliance. Get 2nd fret playing in G. We're gonna do a little experiment.
This was in a drop tuning of some kind. So we're bringing her back up. You want me in G?
Yeah.
Okay.
I want to play the intro to this song from Winter's Night.
Oh,
So
wicked.
just give me
Yeah. Okay.
that thing in G, because this is where he was. He capoed. This part was capoed at the 7th fret. It's one of the most brilliant things ever. Just and it's amazing to watch these two parts because Lightfoot was
So just G.
that one.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Just as plain as you can make it.
Okay.
So that's the part, just repetitive over and over again, right? That's it. So just hold that. So this is crazy. They used to sit around for hours trying to figure these things out, right? So Shea's part was way the hell up in the 7th fret. Isn't that something?
Beautiful.
Beautiful.
And that's what they did. Like, and look where he is, man.
Yeah.
On a D28 Martin too.
Yeah.
Which is not friendly to
Yeah.
high capoing, right?
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I pick on you, but you
I like capoing up there when we're
That's
playing
where-
together because
I
it gets
know.
me out of the way.
it gets,
and-
it gets me. It gets
Locally.
Yeah,
it gets-
exactly. It ain't easy.
it gets another voice going, which is important, right?
Yeah.
Okay, another question. Boy, did we ever go down the goddamn rabbit hole on that one? But that's I'm sure everybody's having fun watching this. So
Maybe
maybe they think we suck.
Do you think we answered that question?
I think we might have. Who's next?
We got Caleb Hawkins.
That's gotta be new.
I
Really?
don't think so.
Damn it! I'm not remembering people's names anymore. There's so many of them. Caleb, how are you doing, buddy? Welcome to String Theory.
That's a good old country name.
It is.
Would you do some videos talking about your fiddles? I know you've talked about how subjective they are, and as a fiddler, I agree. It would just be cool to see what you use.
Well, right now I use a violin built by Bob Kogut. He's a North Carolina builder, and he's famous for. He builds all of his fiddles are named after, but with a woman's name ending in A, and this violin is called Miranda. And he's aged man now, and has a bit of a shake in his hands and stuff. And this is the greatest fiddle I've ever played in my life. And I played it at Merlefest. You know, another reason I love Robin, right? I would have never been there without Robin. Robin took me as a clinician.
I remember when you got that.
Yeah, and I played this violin for a couple of days at Bob's booth, and at the end of the festival, it was way more money than I could afford. I asked him how much it was, and he told me, and I was like, well, I can't never be able to afford that, you know. And I had gone back a few times to play it, and I played a big set of Jerry Holland tunes one day, and Bob put the fiddle in the case and gave it to me. And there was a guy standing there that knew him and said, you did it again, didn't you? But apparently he does this every year. He gives a violin to somebody that moves him. And I don't even know how... I actually haven't really spoken to the man since this happened. I've contacted with him I've connected with him on Facebook, and but I tell everybody about this violin, and it's a monster fiddle.
Beautiful sounding.
It is incredible.
And
yeah.
the art,
all the art,
craft work.
all the carving on the back, and
yeah.
it's just such a great violin.
And it's never exploded.
It's never exploded. No.
Remember the night at Hurley's?
Yeah.
When the family band was there,
Yeah.
and the fiddle player's fiddle
The
exploded.
TL piece exploded.
Yeah.
The whole fiddle went nuts, yeah. But there's that violin. What was his name again? Caleb, right. There's this violin here, and then there's a German, there's a shop in Kitchener, Ontario called Reedstra's. And the guy that runs that place is a tremendous luthier and historian of fiddle. And you can literally go in there and see $200,000 violins that he's collected.
Wow.
You know, there's some serious work in there. And
Does he have any Epiphone arch tops? Or?
yes, real ones.
Real ones?
Yes, he does. I've seen harmonies and Stellas, like vintage ones that are like $5,000, right?
Bass fiddle.
And
nice.
old K. You
Yeah.
get K bass fiddles, Gretsch bass fiddles. But I bought a violin from him that he took apart, which was just a basic, I think it's a Fretschner, if I'm not mistaken. It's a very basic German student violin, but he took it apart
Yeah.
and regraduated the top and back and put it back together with hide glue, and that fiddle is killer. It's the fiddle I was using when I got this one, and I've put it in the case, and it didn't cost a lot of money. I only paid about $1,100 for it, but it was one of the best fiddles I ever owned. And other than that, I mean, I haven't had very many fiddles.
No.
You still have that one?
Oh yeah, I've
You
seen
need to
the
dig that
closets.
out some night.
Yeah.
Compare them.
Yeah, they're very much alike, actually. They have except this one's way louder and more. There's more presence. The other one sounds good.
Your hands are so good. But I remember when I first met you, your fiddle was plywood top. It was one of the best sounding fiddles.
It was.
Yeah.
It was like $100 fiddle.
And like it was like
horrible.
And other fiddlers would come up to me and say, "How does JP get such great tone?" You know.
It was a terrible plywood fiddle.
Yeah.
Is that back in the old time fiddle contest days?
Oh no, that one was even worse. That was an old one that Eddie Poirier has that violin, and he's just now put it back together again. He called me a couple of months ago because he thought he had COVID, and he was quite upset. And he was like, I want to make sure that you get this violin back. I put it all back together in case anything happens to me and Rose.
Wow.
And but it turned out he didn't have it.
Turned out it was just a glue allergy.
Yeah, no, he'd been exposed because he plays
Oh.
for the seniors' homes, and there was a big exposure in Moncton. And
Wow.
Epiphone.
it was actually
that's right. He was exposed to an Epiphone.
It was exposed to an
Sorry,
Epiphone. Yeah.
sorry, I didn't mean to join
So-
you.
No, that was a good one. I like that.
But that violin's even worse. That was given to me. That's an old fiddle. Like it was so bad. It had a banjo string on it for an E string. I couldn't afford a fiddle string, so I just put a banjo string on it and hooked it on the eye of the fine tuner, and it was like that when I gave it to Eddie.
Wow.
So yeah, that was a terrible fiddle, but probably is nice
Time to
now.
hit the E string, you miss your family.
Yeah. Who's next?
We got a comment from Ted Whitmore.
Ted Whitmore.
He was talking about before about how long it takes to get a red label, the FGX5.
Yes.
So he says he ordered his November 26th, and he's going to have it shipped by L&M on January 4th.
Wow.
So that's how long it takes.
That's 2 months. Yeah.
Yeah, everything's. I mean, how do you predict this day and age? I mean,
Right.
the car, like Fords out of F-150s in some of the dealerships
Yes,
now. So
true,
it's like the whole supply chain's
It's a
been
strange
affected.
new world.
It
Yeah,
is.
it's been affected by.
But it'll get better.
Oh yeah.
It'll get better.
Yep.
Who's next?
Don Howard.
Don Howard.
I recently purchased the Yamaha FG830. Is this a really good acoustic guitar?
The 830 is just one of their standard kind of. I think it's got some laminate in it. It's the 800 series are sort of the last series that you go before you start to go into the L's, and it depending on which one. I can't remember which one the 830 is. If it's the maple or the rosewood, but I've played some of those guitars. If it's one of the new 800s that has a green label in it, those new guitars are really nice.
Yeah.
Really nice. Like they're not like the old Yamahas. Yamaha has kind of revamped its under 1,000, its sub 1,000 guitars. You know.
I would say that over the years, out of all the guitar brands, you've owned more Yamahas than anything else.
I think I have.
Yeah, like they've all been consistent.
Oh yes. Yeah.
They're great guitars.
They are great guitars, and I still own them, and I'll never part with. I've got 3 of them here now that will never leave me.
Yeah.
And the FG5 and the FG 180 Memorial, the 50th
The build
anniversary.
quality is so
They
good.
stay the way they're built.
They
Yeah.
do.
Thick and
They
thin.
do.
Yeah.
They're,
They don't develop problems that perhaps a higher end guitar
Yeah,
would develop. Right.
the build quality is.
and even the sub 1,000
Yeah.
guitars, right?
Yeah.
Like this 830. That guitar will last 50 years.
Yeah.
It
yeah.
will, and it'll sound good.
Yeah.
If you get a good one, if you've got a good one, it'll only sound good and get better. Even their laminates age well.
If it sounds good now, you're laughing.
Yes. If it sounds good now, in 60
Yeah,
years,
yeah.
it'll be somebody be offering you $10,000 for it.
If it doesn't, you should learn how to play it.
That's right.
Yeah.
Who's next?
I'm answering a bingo related question.
Oh, have we got bingo yet?
Oh, not yet.
Have I done? I haven't probably done a lot of. I haven't said the right things.
You haven't been saying the right things, eh?
Sorry. Chris does the best impression of me. Well, Dave does a good impression of me too, but they're different. It's like
Dave's more angry.
yeah, he's sort of a De Niro type impression.
I'm not angry. I just have conviction.
I'm a little lighter on things, eh?
Yeah.
All right. So Rob Richardson has the next question.
Rob Richardson, good to see you, man.
Any recommendations on how to get the best clarity and balanced sound while recording an acoustic guitar?
Take your coat off. Make sure you're not playing under the sheets.
Generally speaking, I record all my guitars the same way. I use a large diaphragm condenser like this one, or my Golden Age ribbon, or my Rode I used to have, and I point it right there, about 8 to 10 inches away, and that's it. Shit in, shit out.
Don't use coat hangers for strings.
That's right.
Yeah.
If the guitar doesn't sound good, it's not going to sound good. So you just have to use a real true mic and get it, and don't put it over the sound hole.
Did
Put
he
it
ask
right
about
there.
brightness? What did you say about brightness, Megan?
It's clarity, I think.
Clarity and balance.
Clarity and balance.
Yeah.
Right.
That'll give you the most. That'll give you the most beef from the guitar, and while not reducing the boom. And it also depends on your right hand technique. If you play muddy, you might have to use a different type of mic, like a small condenser that doesn't pick up as much bottom end. Or Tony Rice does it. He puts a condenser at that spot, and then a really large tube mic or something about 3 feet away that's pointed at the sound hole. That's how he records all of his guitars, and he doesn't pan them.
Yeah.
They're in the center.
up the middle.
Yes. So that's an interesting technique. How do you do it, Dave? You get great.
I do it any number of ways, but like most times I just, if this is the guitar, I would sort of where the neck meets the body. Essentially, I would put the mic right about there, about maybe 6 inches away.
Yeah, just like me. Yeah.
Yeah. But sometimes I'll use a second mic pointing up this way.
Yeah.
And then there's the George Massenburg technique where you take 2 small diaphragm mics and point them at one another.
Yes.
And hard pan them.
Yeah.
And it gives you a center sort of feel,
Yeah.
but it doesn't take up any space from where the vocal might live. You
Right.
know? So there's so many different ways.
They actually make a stand that has that.
Yeah.
clip that'll hold two pencil mics like
You
that.
really do that?
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Why does it always sound like you're playing plugged in through a dollar store DI?
It's nice to have your support, Chris.
Yeah, Chris.
Well, it's just,
Yeah.
saying.
I'm
You're no
just-
Epiphone player.
Cheers, Dave. You're no Epiphone. You're no Epiphone artist, buddy.
No, it's just, you're in the Shark Tank, so
Yeah.
it is your turn.
Next,
Chris Murphy.
Chris Murphy. How you doing, buddy? One of my favorite singers of all time.
Can we look forward to a follow-up to Gunning and Cormier 2?
Well, we're working on it.
Chris, that makes us feel good, buddy.
Yeah,
Yeah, because
we're working on it. It's a long process because
Checks in the mail, Chris.
yeah,
Yeah.
we both got our own albums to work on, and we're trying to help each other with those as well. Like,
Yeah, we're working on solo projects, but we're definitely talking about another.
Oh yeah,
We plan on actually writing some
it all
stuff
of it.
tomorrow and
Yeah.
maybe the next day. But
Yeah,
yeah, thanks, Chris. Thanks.
Yeah, we're gonna do her.
Maybe the snowstorm will yield a new song.
I think it
Yeah.
will. How's it going over there, Ginger?
Good.
Good. What's going on now?
Brother Joe has a
Hey, Joe.
question.
Brother Joe.
How you doing?
How many strings on a hurdy-gurdy?
Jeez.
Well, I want to say 4, because it's a fiddle. I'm pretty sure it's only 4. There might be.
I don't know.
There might be.
don't know either.
There might be sympathetic strings, but it's basically a fiddle, and instead of a bow,
Yeah.
there's a wheel underneath the strings that plays all the strings,
Right.
and you just finger it and wind it at the same time. It's just like it's, and I'm pretty sure. I could be wrong.
I get kind of scared at Stanfest when someone brings one out.
Oh, they're awesome. There was a band called La Vendenour that had a hurdy-gurdy player, and this guy was wicked, and it was such a
Swedish
cool.
chef would play.
What? That's right. The hurdy-gurdy. It's actually an ancient French Revolution instrument or something.
Where does Joe come up with those kind of questions?
Because-
Joe, how much wood could a woodchuck chuck?
If a woodcut, yeah, oh, geez, I almost swore there. All right, okay, who's next?
Terry Short.
Terry Short. Don't let him tell you that, boy.
Are you familiar at all with northern guitars from China? I inherited one and I'm curious about its history.
I've never heard of them, but I'll look them up. Northern guitars.
That's interesting.
Yeah. Oh, my people bring me all sorts of things.
Good one.
You wouldn't believe it, some of the stuff I've discovered because of this show.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'll look that up. When we come back after the Christmas break, I'll have some information. Have you ever heard of them?
No, never.
Never
seen
did
them.
either. Yeah.
I'll look it up. It could be.
Northern
You just
guitar.
never know.
Yeah.
Some of this stuff is just killer. It just never gets to this market, right?
Yeah.
And you can order that. You can order it, but you can't go to a store and see it.
No.
So, yep. Who's next?
The Happy Knot.
Happy cannot.
A few years back, JP did a history of the violin video. I think it was one of your intros
For Master
school.
Music Method, yeah.
Do you have a preference between like the old-fashioned high-end guitars, the Strat, the Yamaha, and the
Guarneri.
style violins, as most modern violins are copies of these instruments?
I think my favorite body style is most likely the Guarneri. And actually, this violin is much like a Guarneri. It's a square-shouldered with a semi-high. It's almost a combination of a Guarneri and a Strad. It has both body things, right? And I'm not much for Strad-style bodies because they're basically made for classical players, and they have a much thicker nose and high end, and like super high end. If you're going to play it way up in the body, they're beautiful, but they don't have a lot of bottom end. So those and Stainers are amazing fiddles. Jerry Holland's was a Stainer, a real one, and just an incredible fiddle. Like just, yeah, it's an interesting question, but it is very subjective. So it also depends on what kind of music you play, and what part of the tone of the violin that's most important to your translation of the tunes that you choose to play. And these bigger body, fatter body, that's the what I like the best for what I do, is I like a lot of bottom end and a lot of power, so that I don't have to press hard to get the G on the D string to be real thick and loud, or the G on the E string. I like to have a nice thick treble end, right?
Yeah.
And that type of body style does it. So, which is not a Strad body or a Motti or like any of those instruments were very dainty and genteel. They're for classical music, right?
Yeah.
The Stainers and the Guarnerius, those things are really tanks. Like they're built for volume, right? Huge volume. So, yeah, great question. Awesome.
It's interesting stuff.
Yeah. Who's next?
Jim Hanlon.
Jimmy,
Hey,
Triple J.
Cheers, Jim.
Yeah.
Merry Christmas.
You might change your
Merry
mind.
Christmas, buddy.
He says, "Who's the polite guy that looks like Coop sitting in the back?"
The polite guy.
You must not have been watching the whole show.
Yeah, you haven't watched the whole show.
Go soak your head, Jim.
Yes, go soak your head. Lance Gutstrong. All right, go
there
ahead.
you go. Nice to see you, Jim.
Yeah, Jimmy, I love you, buddy.
Miss you.
Who's next?
Ian Roster.
Ian's back. He already asked a question.
Yeah, well, he's got another one.
Well, give her.
For all three of you, when gigs and tours open up again, what's your favorite post-gig feed anywhere?
Well, I know what mine is. I'm almost embarrassed to say it because anybody who knows about food is just like, you can't possibly eat there. What, you go first. What's your favorite?
Well, my favorite one, I can remember, in the national food in England is Indian food, and I love Indian food. And with the Ennis sisters, at the end of the night, we went to this restaurant and said, "Make us whatever you want," and we were the only ones in the restaurant, and the food was unbelievable.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
That was probably, but I also like the Chinese food in Charlottetown. So,
Well,
Done that a few times.
Yeah.
haven't we? Yeah.
China Garden.
China Garden and Charlottetown.
Yeah.
I hate to say it, but my favorite after gig food to this day, and it has been for close to 40 years, and I'll go out of my way for it.
Thin crust pizza.
If I'm in Halifax, I'm gigging in. If we'd have been at the Carlton this week, like we were supposed to be, and not out here.
We're doing hair.
Tony's Donair.
Oh yeah.
Really? Tony's on
Tony
Roby.
and Roby and
Kennard.
Kennard.
Really?
That's
Okay,
my
so now here
favorite
comes the
at-
debate
that's
over
my
which is the
favorite-
best Halifax donair.
Well, there's no debate.
Do they still have them in the plastic on the plastic wrapper instead of the foil?
Oh no, they're all on. They're well, yeah, they're on the plastic.
They,
then the
instead-
foil.
Oh, okay. So they do put it in foil.
Oh yes, yeah.
All right. I haven't had a Tony's Donair in
Oh
2
my
decades.
God, it's still the best. I don't care.
Is it?
KOD is not even close.
Oh.
Not even close.
But
Well, Tony's was the first.
No, King of Donair was the first.
No, it wasn't.
On Quinpool
But if
Road.
you're in a big city and you want,
Tony's was first.
if he's in a big city and wants consistency, because
Here's
I've been
the
on the road with him a
Here's-
long time, it's the Domino's thin
Come on
crust
outside,
pizza.
let's settle this.
Yeah.
We'll leave
Yeah.
Dave.
Yeah, to talk about things
About all the things that we've eaten together. Yeah.
I'll never forget that place.
You need a large.
And I say I'll never forget it now. I can't remember the guy's name. It's in Charlottetown on the way down to the monument. On the left-hand side, it's a pizza place. But you go in there if you're stupid enough to order a super donair, I swear to Christ, it's this big.
It's like the bucket, yeah.
Yeah, it's the size of your head.
Yeah.
Wow.
And it takes 3 days to eat it. You can just take it to your hotel and
Yeah.
put it in the fridge, and you just eat.
But you
donair
feel
meat.
great afterwards.
Oh yeah,
Top
you
notch.
feel like you feel like you need to go get depalpitated, or whatever the fuck they call
Probably
that.
not going to get invited to a lot of parties now.
No, especially where anybody has any even remote sense of smell.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's ridiculous. That place.
Yeah. It was like
So-
that when I got here.
It's like that when I got here.
Ginger,
Is that
stop snoring.
Jack?
Wake up.
That's Jack.
Is that Jack?
Jack 7
He's just
Dreams.
ripping it over there.
He's
I
dreaming
thought,
about.
I thought Thomas had fallen asleep.
Yeah.
That's what it sounds like. That's what
Jack, put your CPAP machine on. Will you?
he's imitating the sound of the stomach after eating a donair.
Yeah.
He's having a little issue over there.
Choking on something.
He had something strange to eat today. We don't know what it was.
Now that's good if you're in Halifax, but if you're
Is
if
this
you're
stringy cheese theory or string theory?
on
or
the
what?
road,
String
what do you
cheese theory.
The question was like post gig on the
Post
road.
gig, yeah.
Like
So-
anywhere.
So,
Anyway.
but okay, but
that's
ask
it.
him to
That's
give
my
us
favorite.
an area.
Yeah, we need
He
an
said
area.
anywhere.
But
Well, if it's outside of Halifax,
But
you were
there's-
right about me. I'll go for thin crust pizza every time.
yeah, thin crust pizza. Often, if you can't get something you know,
What about
the
Charlottetown?
Oh, the Chinese food.
Yeah, or
Charlottetown,
the-
the late night Chinese food. in
Late night
Charlottetown.
Chinese food, yeah, and the
Yeah.
sushi at
Oh, the sushi in the daytime.
what's it called? Terra? What's the
I
name
don't know,
of that
but
sushi
it's
place
right
on,
on you on the
Charlottetown?
way
yes,
to the
it's
Delta.
so good. Right down the road from the Delta, yeah.
Yeah,
That show's now called Snack Theory.
Snack theory.
yeah.
Snack
who's
JP
next?
Cormier.
Snack theory, late night snack
Snack
theory.
Late
theory.
night snacks with JP.
We got a super chat here. I missed it. Wingfoot48,
All right.
a super chat from him. What was the price on the Yari guitar you reviewed?
I
Hey, Spider.
it's around 3,000. Somewhere's in there. I'm not sure of what it would retail, and that would be Canadian. So yeah, it's somewhere's in the neighborhood of $3,000 for that the Honduran Maha, the DYM 60 HD, I think it's called.
The one right beside you there.
No, it's in the case over there.
Oh,
But it's about $3,000. I'm pretty sure, or maybe a bit more than that. It's not cheap. It's like I've said in the review. It's made in the shop at Kani, Japan, by the guy.
you can get a donair thin
The-
crust
the
pizza
man-
for a lot less money for
Yes,
sure.
you can get a lot of donaires for the same amount of money.
yeah,
but
yeah,
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 or
yeah,
Epiphone,
yeah. Yeah.
a great
An Epiphone with a thin crust pizza on top
yeah,
of it.
a great guitar. It's one of the best guitars I've reviewed in here, bar none. And there's two more of them here that I haven't reviewed yet.
Ginger's doing JP now.
Jesus Christ. I'm going to get drunk. All right. All right, who's next?
We got a super chat from Cam.
Another Cam.
How many of Dave's chickens were you able to fit in that bucket?
About 6?
Oh,
Yeah.
my
There's no rooster in there, but there's still about 2.5 chickens, I'd say.
yeah.
Two and a half
No,
chickens.
the chick-
Really, is that all?
I called home. The chickens are all safe and asleep there for the night.
So I
boy.
told Sarah to tell you.
No, no. I was talking to Judd. No, it's good.
We're getting
good.
down to the end. Megan, anybody else want to go there?
But with the shortage of
Stuff?
turkeys this year, I am worried about them.
Um,
I don't want them kidnapped or yeah.
Cam says, who is Joseph Cormier? Say it. Say it.
Let's say it. Say it. We can't be down to the end of questions.
Oh no, I just no.
Scanning,
So many people.
processing, scanning.
So many people. Anyhow, look, if you have fun with us, make sure you subscribe. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. It doesn't cost you a dime. It's a metric for YouTube to see how many people watch us every week, and it increases our ad revenue, which keeps us alive, in which we all want to stay. And so it's great. And you've been, the people that support this channel have been just fabulous for the last, it's been 8-9 months now. And we've survived because you've been behind us. So we really appreciate that. And let's see now. I got to get. We have a big question tonight because tonight, you should grab that.
Yeah,
thing.
we're doing it, eh?
Yeah, we're
Doing
gonna do
this
it.
thing?
Yeah.
All right.
So there's a very exciting giveaway.
We haven't heard it, but it's
Yeah, I'm due to review it. I think at some
yeah.
point. But we have. It isn't this unit. This is my review unit. But we have the THR 30 Mark II-A acoustic. It's an acoustic. Now, what they call this is a desktop reference amp, and it is really cool. It's we've plugged a guitar into it and heard the guitar through it, and it does sound really nice. other than that, I haven't explored all of the things that it does.
You
but
can
it
play
does,
Bluetooth through it. and all
Yeah,
that.
it has Bluetooth. It has onboard
And when you
wireless
plug it in, the
use.
speaker lights up when red.
Yeah. It does all kinds of cool things like that. It's about $1,000 amp. And Yamaha has been kind enough to donate one, which Fantasy Music is going to give away to the winner I picked tonight. Out of the, I have my list of the.
It's in the bucket of chicken.
Yeah, the last 3 or 4 people who have won the nightly contest. So we're going to choose a winner tonight, and they can go to Fantasy and pick this little baby up as a Christmas present from String Theory and JP Cormier and Yamaha, Canada. So that's pretty cool. It's a really cool amp. I am due to do a review on this on Guitar Stuff with John. So it will happen. I'll just put it down here for now. But so a question. I usually think of these questions long before the show, but instead.
I think Cam only needs one more thing to win bingo.
Oh, is that right? Oh, I
He's
bet you.
asking you who Joseph Cormier is.
You're not going to do that. That's cheating. So, let's see. A question.
Ask the question, eh?
Okay, here's the question. This is one of those. This is a unique question because I don't usually do questions like this on the show. Usually put a little more thought into it for various reasons, but this is interesting. So, Dave mentioned a bunch of guitar builders that I played over the years, and there was one guitar company that he mentioned that's based in California. What?
Santa Cruz.
Yeah, Dave, for the win.
Yeah,
Piece of chicken as a
great.
prize.
Yeah.
Think of another one.
Okay, so
Think of another one.
so we have to have another question.
All right.
Arsehole.
You're not supposed to answer, Dave.
You're not supposed to answer. There's people trying to win this fucking amp, you dick.
Oh,
So,
sorry.
Jesus.
I didn't tell you to answer, did I, Dave?
Okay, now I'm going to think of another question. Now you've messed me up.
Sorry.
Now I'm
Okay,
totally messed up, Dave.
let me help you.
No, you can't because they can't. They can see you and hear you, Dave.
No, but I would.
With the question.
I know that. This is live.
Okay, I'm going to have to think of another question. I had it there. It was so easy. It could have been
Sorry.
great.
Get the fire extinguisher.
Holy
Jimmy.
fuck, boys.
Sorry. The builder of the other guitars that we mentioned earlier
Right.
in the show.
Okay,
The two that I
Okay,
picked out
the
one for you, and you bought one.
for fuck's sake.
Yep.
All right. This builder that we also mentioned is based in British Columbia. His name is Dave Iannone. What is the name of his guitar company?
Morgan's!
Is it Morgan? The answer already came in.
Jeez.
Is it Morgan?
Sorry.
They're not
That was the
understanding
question,
this, are
right?
you?
No, but is
We're
Morgan?
gonna have to stay here until we get
wait,
a winner,
The
right?
answers already came in before he said
Good
it.
job. 1-1.
It did.
Yeah,
I'm
we got two winners before he said it.
all right. Who are they?
So we got Carter Chason and John Sobzak.
We're having fun.
Yeah, we are. We
Oh, sorry,
apologize
no,
for
that's not
JP.
right. Wait,
Yeah.
what?
You fucking arsehole. This is a difficult
Situation normal is what this
Well,
is.
it ain't because I'm trying to figure out how to get
So
this prize.
Is
You're,
Morgan the answer?
Can we be
Well-
on all the shows?
I'm gonna kill the two of these guys here in a second.
Is the answer tuna milk?
Now Megan's in on it. Well, Merry
Okay,
Christmas.
folks.
Merry Christmas.
Cue the music.
No. What is the answer? There's lots of answers here.
Well, who can tell who won? Because they just gave both answers
But the
away.
answers came before he
No,
said it.
we got another question.
Yeah.
You guys need to
Yep.
piss off. What's? Well, yeah. I don't know. We might have to
I got a
postpone
question.
this.
No,
Yeah.
don't be silly.
No, I got
Well,
a real question.
you guys got to not do that because
Okay,
I
sorry.
gotta get the
We're gonna
prize
be quiet.
given away.
We're gonna be quiet till the end of the show.
All right.
So did somebody answer Morgan before he shot his face off?
Yeah.
Fucking dick. Who was it?
Jim Hanlon got it, and Rob Richardson got
Well,
it.
Jim can't. Jim's already won.
Did Rob win?
I don't know.
I don't think it is.
Shot his face off, eh?
We got Rob Richardson, Caper Away, I think has won before.
Yeah.
And Carter Chason was next.
Carter Chason.
I don't think they've won before.
Kill the two of you.
So what was it again?
Morton.
No, the two winners.
Oh, so Jim already won.
What did Jim win?
Yeah,
I'm gonna kill you both.
No, what did he win?
I am.
It was
Jim can't
other-
win twice.
You can't win twice. No.
Another week.
Apparently, neither can you.
So, Rob Richardson. Caper Away has already won.
Here, write their names down. Because I can't be bothered.
Wow, this talk show
So-
is
Well-
not doing very well.
Merry Christmas, everybody, and
Happy holidays, everybody.
Anyhow,
So it's Rob Richardson.
we'll write their names down.
But you have to,
Because I have nothing to write down. I've written so many things down here now that I've already got the other winners in line here.
You have to.
Yeah, I know what I have to do.
Email it.
Jesus Christ. A complete sabotage. And now we're like 5 minutes past the show end. And these arseholes just sitting here laughing like a bunch of dickweeds.
I don't think I would have come on this show if I'd known it was going to be so hostile.
Okay, so
cookie?
JP.
shut up.
cookie.
So,
Oh, yeah, cookie.
Oh,
Thanks,
oh,
Dave.
cook-
That's great.
Cookie making?
Yeah.
Good
yeah.
to see Dave's got the Christmas spirit.
right. So, anyhow, who was the first winner?
Good cookies.
Rob Richardson.
Rob Richardson, you get the $25 gift certificate from Fantasy Music and the red label Yamaha t-shirt. And you can go pick that up. And who was the other one?
Carter Chason.
Carter. Okay, Carter Chason. If that's the same Carter as the one I'm working with.
Congrats.
Ancient and Forever.
Oh, yes.
yeah.
Yeah, it is.
So, Carter, you've won the G&G pack. Now, G&G has got some really cool coupons right now. He's got... so you're going to get the custom-made Levy's String Theory or G&G Music strap, leather
Nice.
strap from them. And so for anyone until Christmas, it's $450 off of any Boucher or Lakewood or Martin in the store.
Holy.
Wow.
And $50 off of any Recording King in the store. So you can go in there and take advantage of that.
Wow.
And I just entered in the last of these names and used a random number generator to figure out who won this little amplifier. And it is none other than Scott McCone has won the
Hey,
amp.
Scott.
So, Scott, this is yours.
You played me a recording
were-
with you and Scott on it years ago.
Yes, me and Scott used to play music years and years ago. Of course, I mean, there's more than that. All kinds of people on here that have either played with me or...
Yeah.
So, Scott, you've won this. You can go over to Fantasy Music in Halifax and Spring Garden Road and pick it up. Yes, so there you go. And we will forward the two winners,
Rob Richardson.
Rob Richardson. Send me an email right now to jpcormier38@gmail.com, and we'll forward you on to Fantasy, was it? Yes. And then the next, Carter, you've won the G&G pack. So you send me an email and reference winning the contest to jpcormier38@gmail.com. And I'll send you off to Glenn. And everybody wins their shit. And Scott McComb won the amp. And these guys can't mess with me anymore because the contest is over.
Merry Christmas, everybody.
So-
eh?
Merry Christmas.
This is not who you
Not
want
what
to
I
have.
It's not how I wanted this to go.
These cookie eating
Sing us
bastards
off the rails.
ruining my goddamn
You want a cookie? Eat this.
contest.
Eat this cookie before I
Try
rip
it.
your legs
Goddamn
off.
piece of chicken.
Yeah, you can just take your chicken and shove it straight up your... I mean,
Wow.
Congratulations.
thanks a lot for being here with String Theory.
Oh yes, and Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas to everyone.
Merry Christmas, Ginger.
Cookie?
We love you guys. Thank you very much. We're gonna go off the air now. I'm gonna kill these guys, and hide their bodies.
With an Epiphone?
With an Epiphone. I'm gonna beat you both to death with a really bad Epiphone.
Cheers.
I love you guys.
Love you too.
Dave Gunning, the one and only.
JP Cormier.
Chris
Thank
Coote.
God.
Chris Coote. Brother Chris.
And Ginger.
Ginger.
Thanks, Ginger.
The elusive Ginger, whom we love. Thanks a lot, guys. Merry Christmas. We'll
Yeah.
see you after the new year.
See ya.